would share one of my nice little morning flows that just wakes me up, slowly wakes up my muscles. It's a nice stretch. It's especially nice for a stretch the day after you've gone for maybe a jog or done a cardio class or just feeling a little bit tight. So let's begin in a nice easy seat. You can sit cross-legged, you could take a little fire log pose, but I'm just sitting with one ankle in front of the other. And now as we're waking up, start to bring awareness into your breath. Inhaling the morning air, exhaling any stagnant worries or stress from the day before. This is a new day. Really taking full belly breaths. Right now you don't have to think about the rest of your day, just the next few minutes together. With our next exhale, let's drop our chin to our chest. Feel a nice, gentle stretch in the back of our neck. And then let's bring our awareness to our sit bones. Rooting down into the earth, creating a strong base for the bowl that is our pelvis. Check in. Try not to tilt too far forward or back, just a nice neutral space. And from that nice stable base, neutral pelvis, our spine wants to come into alignment, so allow it to do so. Your lumbar spine, mid-back. Feel your shoulder blades want to slide back and down. If you want, you can inhale, bring shoulders to your ears, exhale. Let them come back and down, strong beside your spine. The next big breath, your neck wants to come into nice alignment. Neutral here, chin parallel to the floor, jaw relaxed. Feeling that energy coming through the spine, the neck, and raising right through the center of our head, up to the sky above us. With our next inhale, we're going to bring our hands together overhead, keeping space between the ears and shoulders. And exhale, feel the energy flowing into your fingers, tenting to the floor. Rooting each finger into the earth. Feeling that connection through each fingertip, through our sit bones. Getting energy for the day. One more big inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, twist, take your left hand to your right knee. And just take a gaze, maybe over your right shoulder. Maybe just over in the general direction of your right. Don't worry if you're not having a big movement or a big twist. This is just first thing in the morning. We're just waking up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands above us to center. Repeat on the other side. Don't worry if one side is tighter or more flexible than the other. Now is not the time to be pushing it. Give your spine time to wake up. Inhale, gather that energy up above us. Exhale, hands to your knees. We're going to do a few rounds of seated cat and cow. Think of your chest coming up as you inhale, filling your belly, bringing your chest towards the sun. And exhale. Your navel wants to pull back to your spine, your chin drops to your chest. Inhale. And just do this in time with your own breath. There is no right or wrong timing. However fast or slow, you're naturally breathing this morning. Find a quicker breath. It's a bit more invigorating. And that slower breath is more cleansing. One more. Exhale. And we'll just come into a nice neutral spine here with our next inhale. And then we're just going to be moving our chest around, letting that whole rib cage go with it. Maybe waking up the hips to do that as well. Gradually letting that circle get bigger and bigger. And the other way, starting smaller, maybe with just the chest moving. And bigger with the rib cage, getting the hips into it. Feeling great. And come into nice neutral. Just gonna put our hands in front of us here. I like to point my fingers back behind, or pointing me behind my wrists, and just get a nice stretch in my forearms. You don't have to go that deep. You can also go just side to side, put a little bit of weight. Really putting as much kind of pressure and traction as you need. Again, there's no right or wrong way. If you're facing, your fingers are pointing towards you, pointing to the sides. Maybe incorporate a little bit of rocking. Wiggling our toes. Waking them up. We're going to be waking up our legs next. Big shoulder shrug. And let's come together in a nice standing pose at the top of our mat. Rooting up. Feeling strong, palms shining forward. We're going to take that nice circle above us again. And forward fold. Let that head hang heavy. You can have your toes together, have them apart. I like my feet being a little bit wider apart, especially in the morning. I just feel more stable. Walk your hands to the right. Next exhale, walk your hands to the left. And walk your hands to center. We're going to inhale to a flat back. You can bring your hands to your calves. And release once more. Let's plant our palms on the floor. We're going to step our right leg back, coming into a nice low lunge. Squaring our hips. Imagine pulling your left hip back, right hip forward, and letting those hips sink heavy in. Have your back leg, that right leg, the toes are pointing straight back, not in or out. We have one nice strong line with our chest pointing forward. Strong tenting through our hands, still rooted into the earth. And now we're going to bring our left knee back to our right. We're going to come into a child's pose with our knees together. Walk your hands to the left side of your mat. Let your right hip fall off. And walk them down to the right side. Let your left hip fall off. Come back to center. We're going to rise up onto our knees, hands as if they're tucking into your back pockets, and just come into a little baby camel here. Gentle back bend. You can let your head hang. I find it more comfortable just to look up at the ceiling. Engage your core to come back to a nice neutral spine. And now we're going to step forward with that right leg to a low lunge. Again, tenting our fingers. This time our left leg is behind us. We want to have that left toe pointing straight behind us. We want to keep our hips square with the short side, the front of our mat here. Front of my mat, I don't know why I keep saying that. Short side of the mat. We want to pull our right hip back, left hip forward, and those hips hang heavy. Chest rising up. Feeling strong. With our next exhale, we're just going to come into a half split here. You can keep your hands where they are. You can walk them back, wherever feels best for you. And then just flex that right foot, getting a stretch in your calf. Folding forward over that front leg. And bring your knees together. One more baby camel here. Hands as if they're in back pockets. Elbows squeezing together. Shoulder blades are still back and down. Especially in the morning, little moves, even just like a tiny, tiny baby camel, feels so big because we're often so stiff from sleeping. Engage your core to come back to a nice neutral spine. And then we'll do half splits with our left leg in front. Bending forward over it, flexing those left toes up to the sky. Folding over that front leg. My left feels definitely tighter than my right today. And now we're going to walk our hands to the long edge of our mat. We're going to bring our feet below us in a variation of a nice yogi squat. We're going to be taking it really mobile, moving through that foot, using our elbows to press against our thighs a little bit, targeting those muscles of your upper thighs, inner thighs, mobilizing, getting ready for the day, starting to go a bit quicker. Until we can come into a nice wide-legged forward fold here. We're gonna inhale, half rise to a flat back here. And exhale, let our head hang in ragdoll. And inhale, coming a little higher this time, and exhale. You can incorporate your arms into it. I'll move up a bit from the wall, and quite often I like to bring my hands up all the way overhead. Bigger movements, getting ourselves ready and energized for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. It's something I find really makes a big positive impact in my day when I can squeeze it in the morning. So I hope you have a wonderful day.